Hello, here we are again at the Bournemouth Clock Shop, Tim Newsom with Mark Taylor, a master clockmaker.
Hello. Timmy, before we start, you're looking rather smart today.
Well, it's a slightly more serious discussion we're going to have today because I've been working very hard.
Right.
I've been out buying and chasing around London for clocks.
What do you mean chasing?
Well, clocks are very hard to get hold of when they're good clocks, and
Right.
sometimes you have to work very hard and travel a lot of miles, and that's
you
what I've
do,
been
I
doing.
know, yeah.
And I've come back with this clock, which I actually carried on my lap on the train and carried for 2 miles from the station because I didn't want to damage it in any way, and I'd like to know what you think, and then I'll tell you why I was so keen to buy it.
Okay, what do I think? Well, I've had a few minutes with it. That's all you need, to be honest. Wow, look at it. What a wonderful thing. Overpainted satinwood. Jame McCabe, numbered 1160. What a piece. Look at it. Now, the movement it speaks for itself. We've got a typical Jame McCabe movement in there. Double gut fusee, rise and fall regulation, strike silent, and a nice signature on the back. Of course, has what one would expect, which is a good quality pendulum. And that rod is actually ebony, you know. It's not ebonized, that's actually ebony. Wonderful. So the movement needs no explanation really, but the case, wow. This has got to be one of the finest examples I've ever seen. I mean, for example, we've got a winged putty here who looks quite forlorn and reading from some kind of manuscript. But look at the face. Now, I'm talking now about the artistry, the quality of the artistry. Now that face, the eyes, the nose and the mouth are probably only 4 brush strokes with a tiny brush, yet you would recognise that face again in a crowd. Absolutely fantastic. This work around here, the acanthus leafing and the classical Roman design, just fabulous. The top here, now this case needs some very, very, very specialised tender and care to keep its appearance, but put back all the little bits of loose stringing and things. It's essentially in fabulous condition. Now this section here I've lightly cleaned and revived, and we can see the finish underneath. It's got the warm glow of the satinwood, the paint, which was never really vibrant. It wouldn't have worked otherwise, it'd be too bright and flashy. But just the quality, the magnificence, this cast and gilded bezel, the enamel dial. Absolutely, there you go. I mean, shall I stop now or do you want me to carry on?
Well, I'm glad you like it, Mark, and I'm glad you've seen it in the same way that I've seen it. The particular style of bezel and the layout of the dial and these feet are rather reminiscent of clocks that were made for quite famous makers, and I'll say no more, but I think we should research it further. The quality just speaks for itself.
Oh yes, I've no doubt it's a very important clock and a rare clock.
So you're pleased with it?
Absolutely, over the moon. Can't
Well,
wait to get my
great.
hands on it.
That's great. And
Well done.
do we want to talk about anything else today, or should we just leave it at that?
Leave it at that. I want to get my hands on this.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.